Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next video. In this video, I would like to again share an experience, what I had. And I mentioned this experience in my post on my social media, but it was a little bit covered. Okay, so just to not making an obvious. So in this video, it is definitely not about to judge someone. It is not about to judge the behavior and many other judgmental things. In this video and also in many others, still, it is my subjective observation. I am not talking about the other side. I am not talking or trying to moralize, judge, or whatever. The main point is the observation and my subjective interpretation of the patterns which are maybe hidden behind the reaction, behind the situation, and. Okay? So, just to make it clear, and let's start with the story. So, this story begins in this time when I am making this video. It is, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago. I was driving my BMW S1000RR on the daily basis because I was loving ride this motorcycle. And I met few people in person, but also there is motorbike Facebook group in Switzerland. And I also get in touch there with some people, and I was riding a lot with different people. And just that you can imagine, 3-4 months of the year was my motorbike in the garage because it's winter season, and I just put it in the garage to be ready. So I was having 8 months of driving, and I was driving this motorbike only by the nice weather. So like rainy days, it was standing in the garage. And I was able, in these eight months, to ride 15,000 kilometers. So I was definitely having a lot of fun with this motorbike, and I was loving to ride it. And one day, motorbike friend of mine, he write me, "Hey, look, at the weekend, we will be going to the Schwarzwald. It's in Germany, quite a famous motorbike and car place. And if you like, you can join us. So we are a bigger group and you can come." And I said, okay, good, I will come. I'm curious. Let's try. So I went there, and we was like 5-6 people. And there was also a man with red Ducati. I will be not saying the names, or I will try it, just to keep it not personal. But I guess if someone from my circle will be watching this video, they will be immediately knowing about what person I'm talking about. So red Ducati, of course, as a petrol head, the sound of Ducati is just amazing. Just amazing, I have to say. So that was the first time I met this person. And at this day, we also make like a short video and photo shooting in the Schwarzwald. And this person was doing these videos and photos. And really, he have talent. He's very talented, and he have the eye for the video and for the camera. And the result of these pictures and videos, for me, it's impressive. Really, like for this part, a huge compliment for this person. And then I met him, I think, one more time, 2 more times, more or less, because in my understanding, he was more comfortable to ride in the Schwarzwald, and I like to ride the mountains in the Switzerland. So there was like, so yeah, we was not meeting like on the regular basis. And of course, after this first shooting, I started following him on the Instagram. And he was doing really great shots, or he is probably still doing like great shootings, nice pictures, videos, motorbikes, cars, and everything. And he was also with me, with other people in the group, when I had an accident with my motorbike in Germany. So really, like, from my perspective, he's very nice guy, very helpful, and yeah, like good personality. And after my accident, I didn't buy a motorbike again. So I was not like riding, but I was, of course, watching his work about photo shootings and videos on the social media. And this year, because it is my, like, how to say, significant birthday, and the history is that when I was 30, I was riding, or I was having the opportunity to ride a Ferrari for a day. So I get this idea, okay, so it is my 40 now, so it will be great to make like a tradition. So for the 30, it was a Ferrari. So for my 40, I will rent also a Ferrari. And by a 50, it will be goal to drive my own Ferrari. Okay, so just to mention it. And I was like, okay, so when I will be outside the whole day with the Ferrari, it will be great to get some photo shooting or some videos to have as a memories, because 40 is just like any other birthday, is just once a life, okay? So yeah, it is like a lot of changes happening in my life. And I was like, okay, so this person was only one option, what I was knowing immediately, or what comes into my mind immediately, that I can ask him, because I know his work and he's doing like very great shootings and videos, right? So, and now we are in the middle of the story, and it is getting interesting. So I search for the Ferrari and I choose company, and they're able to rent like Ferrari 488 GTB Spider. And I said, okay, that sounds good. So let's ask about the details, if the conditions are good, if I will be able to manage this. And let's wait for, let's say, pleasant weather that I can enjoy this present for myself. So, and then I was getting more and more the feeling, okay, so this shooting and the video, like, there will be great memories for this day. So I decide to make a voice message, because writing, I'm totally aware that there are so many opportunities to misinterpret the writing. Then most of the time I choose the voice message, because it is more like authentic and easier to understand, and I can express myself a little bit better by talking than writing. So I will try to remember as much from the voice message that you can get a picture what was in the message. So, and in between, just to mention that this person, like the photographer, launched his own like energy drink. Okay, and this drink has also some charities behind, and I like the idea really, really much. And also I was like liking his posts, yeah, because it was resonating. So to the message. So I said, hey, hello, we didn't talk, or let's say we was not in touch for a long time, and hopefully he's like healthy. And I was like congratulating him for the launch of the drink, and that everything is hopefully running well. And I have a question for him. So I will be 40. I will be renting this Ferrari, or I am trying to, let's say, to organize to rent a Ferrari. And the part of this rental is that I have like a how to say, gift card. And this gift card was actually a trip to the Germany for the how to say, for the weekend to visit some city. And I was able to organize to switch this trip to Germany to rent a car by the company. Just, this is very important detail for the later. So I said to him, hey, look, for my birthday, I would like to rent a Ferrari by the nice day. And I would like to ask you if you will be interested to make a photo shooting on this day. Like, I will be renting the Ferrari for the whole day, and I will be driving in the mountains south of Switzerland, the roads I know from my motorbike journeys. So the question is for you, will you be interested to spend a day driving a Ferrari as a passenger and as a photographer? We can do some pictures, we can discuss which roads. If you will be not interested to spend the whole day, we can adjust the road, the journey for this day. And like, how much will be the costs? I was not willing to do it like for free. So I like give him these 3 questions to think about. There will be Ferrari, there will be a nice day. And the question is, if he will have time, if he will be interested to make this project for my birthday, and how much it will be costs. Okay, I was willing to pay for the whole day for him. And then in the middle of this voice message, I get the feeling, hey, look, the gift card what you get is for 2 persons to visit a city in Germany. And I don't have a girlfriend, but he has. And there was like, or he was posting in his stories or in the posts that they was like traveling, visiting different cities together. So in the middle of this voice message, I realize that there is one more option what I can offer him. And I tell him, hey, look, I see in this moment one more option. I was not thinking about it before, but I see this option now. And I tell him, hey, look, if you will be interested to for the gift card, that you can take your girlfriend to this city in Germany, then I can give you this gift card, sorry. And if there will be chance, because he's driving a Porsche, then if he allow me for a few hours to drive his Porsche and making some pictures and videos, I will be very happy to do it also, if he will be interested. So basically there was like 4 options. And my basic intention was to get a photo shooting for my birthday from him. For me, it was not important if there will be Porsche or Ferrari, because I'm able to manage Ferrari. And so I mentioned these 4 options, and I tell him, hey, look, take your time, think about it. If you will be interested to do it, I will be very happy. If yes, if not, if you don't have a time or interest, we don't have to do it. There is no push, no rush. So think about it for a few days and let me know. Thank you very much for listening this message, because it was like 5, 6, 7 minutes, I guess, more or less, if I remember. So, and hopefully talk to you soon. So I sent it at the evening after my meditation. I was very calm. I was open. There was no pressure from any side on him that he have to do it. And I hear this message, I think, once again after I sent it, and it was feeling very easy, very pleasant. There was like, yeah, it was for me okay. Already next morning, and now we are getting to the point, to the pattern, not the judgment, okay? But we are heading to the pattern. And before, when I was in touch with this person, we was, let's say, 50-50 exchanging voice messages, because it is a little bit easier. But I get a response to my voice message in writing, which is also good. And in this message was, no greetings. There was a first point which was like, okay, this will be interesting. And I agree, I don't remember all these words, what he was using. But the point of the message is like, what the hell are you thinking? I get so many messages about my Porsche, So many people are asking me to rent it, and you have to, or you should earn your money to buy a Porsche, and then you will see how it is, how it feels when you own this Porsche. I don't have time and energy for this bullshit. And I was like, wait a second, like, in that moment, I realized I touched his toy. Okay, that was my feeling or intuition, call it whatever you like. So I even, just in words, I touched his toy. We are talking about person, just so you can imagine. He is in his 30s. I guess, I'm not sure, 30, 35. He is running like few businesses, you can call it. And he is developing like other incomes, so quite, let's call it businessman. And this is his reaction for a business proposal. So I was a little bit speechless, I have to say, because in my resonation and my interpretation, if someone is aware enough and grown enough, the reaction, you can call it expectation, you can call it whatever you like. It will be like, hey, Robert, thank you for your message. Politeness, right? Look, the option that you will be driving my Porsche, it is not option for you. It is totally like, forget it. But I don't have a time for your photo shooting, or I will take my time and think about it, about the photo shooting, and what condition I will be like able to manage for you. Or I will be doing, yeah, I am a petrol head also like you, and we can do it. There will be a good experience, we will have a good day, and you pay me a lunch and drinks during the day, and it is all good. Okay, this is kind of an adult respond to my message. It is not judgmental, but I am trying to show you the example when in conversation between two adults, one, me, unawarely hit a trigger from the childhood of the other person. Okay? And of course, every one of us, me included, I am carrying my backpack from my childhood. Definitely. Every one of us. And we, all of us, we are attracting situation that our trigger points will be hit, that our emotions can like bring it out. I have a goosebumps now. And in this hurricane of emotions, we can have a look on the pattern and we can observe it. And then we can decide what reaction we will give to the other person. So, in this example, in this situation, in my subjective interpretation, I describe the situation quite like with a lot of details as much as I can remember. So I was able to see that in that moment when I said I could drive your Porsche, I hit the pattern that I will be touching his toy, driving his toy. Of course, I am totally aware he is working for it, he pay for it, but I am also aware I have an insurance. If anything happened, any little scratch, it will be paid. Okay, but this is my point. I hit the point that I will be touching his toy, and all the rest, all the other informations in my message was just cancelled, deleted from his awareness, because he get emotional because I triggered the point, and he reacted. He was not able to greet me because he was so in this pattern, in these hurts, or I don't know, in this pain, what's behind. It is not judgment. It is just my interpretation. It can be many other things behind it. So he forget to greet, say hello. He forget to be polite because I was asking him like how hopefully he's doing well, and asking, okay, I was not really asking how he's doing, but I was hoping that he's doing well. And there was few other points, like I mentioned in the message, what was for me as a priority, but only one thing, what he was able to remember is the last point, and that I will be touching his toy, his car. Okay? But there is a saying, what is the difference between a boy and a man? The difference is just the size of their toys. Okay, so it is quite authentic in this example. So I read this message, I was speechless, and I take few hours to like process this energy, what was behind his message. And I was feeling the pain or the scare or whatever was behind, and that I really hit the point. And a few hours later, I make one more voice message, and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding. I was not willing, my attention was not to drive your Porsche. My point is to make a photo shooting with you. And in this case, with a Ferrari. To have my memories for my birthday. That's my intention, not to drive your Porsche. I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding and for, let's say, offer which is not appropriate for you. I'm so sorry, but I was just like, I am an open person. I'm talking straight, and for me, there are chances like 50-50 yes or no, so I have nothing to lose. So I apologize in this message, and that it is big misunderstanding about the Porsche, and I was not like trying to head for the Porsche. I was willing to go for a photo shooting with him. And I was trying to send this message, and it was not like sending, it was not able to send this message. And I was like, what is wrong? Like, am I like not connected with the network or whatever? And then I realized that he blocked me. And I was like, okay, this was on Facebook. And I was like, okay, so this hurt or this pain, what he was feeling from his childhood probably, it's really unpleasant. And I'm totally aware that I have this gift to trigger a point. And in my coaching, in my mentoring, I this is what I am basically paid for, to trigger a point for my clients, that they can have a look and that they can realize which is like holding them back, and to, let's say, to develop the step further. And not intentionally, but also in my private life, I'm triggering this point. And I was like, okay, so he blocked me on Facebook. So I was willing to write him on Instagram, hey, look, this was just like big misunderstanding, and I'm so sorry, and I apologize. But he blocked me like everywhere. So I was speechless, but it was definitely a good experience to realize how our patterns are interacting and influencing our present. And I'm grateful that I was able to stay authentic, and that I was able to observe the situation. It was not my intention to hurt him or whatever. Like, just, I was willing to have the photo shooting. And this was the result of the situation. So there was very good lesson in terms of patterns, of the influence of patterns. And yeah, hopefully, or I wish this person all the best on his journey, and that he will be doing well. And like I said, people in other videos, people are coming into our lives and also going away. And I realize from my perspective, of course, it was a little bit cheeky to ask him to even to get the idea connected into his Porsche. But I was totally not even get a small thoughts that one adult person can have such a childish response. But it is okay. It is not judgmental, but yeah, I said childish response, but I meant like I hit probably some childhood pattern. So yeah, and yeah, now it is already half a year, almost half a year, and yeah, it was definitely very interesting situation, because I'm totally aware that even, come on, we are men, we are petrol heads, and we just like cars, motorbikes, engines. So, of course, I was also childish in that moment, because I was just wanting to drive a Ferrari, yeah, or the Porsche as an offer, but it was not intention. I'm not excusing or explaining myself, but I'm telling that in that moment I was also a kind of small child, which was like excited to talk about cars and to get a great photo shooting. So I definitely understand the law of the attraction, that the childhood energy was there, playful energy was there. But yeah, the big misunderstanding happened. So he was definitely also an how to say, mirroring my inside parts, but the main point is, all of us, we are carrying our backpack. We don't know we don't know what exactly is in the backpack. We are aware about some things, but many things are not aware to us yet. And through situations like these, where our trigger points are hit, we have opportunity to get in touch or get a little bit hint or picture what is hidden in the backpack. And the thing is, it is okay that we have it, because we are not here to be perfect. But the point is how we are able to work with it. Because most of the time, it doesn't happen on the therapy where you are with some mentor and they maybe mention the energy. Most of the patterns are hit, according to my experience, in interaction with other people, which happen very spontaneously. We go, and even me, sometimes I go to the therapy with an intention to open some point. But in the spontaneous interaction, it shows something what we don't expect, what we don't know about. And that's the beauty, that's the playfulness of life, which keeps us, or which should keep us flexible and aware in that moment. So even, yes, of course, I am also not perfect and I flip out many times, but even if I am hurt, even if I have my issues, there is no reason to don't be polite, to don't be whatever. We are here all together, and we should try, even through our past, to create on this planet a little bit pleasant world, because we are here just short period of time. We don't know how long, so there is no need to create such an energy. So thank you for watching. Hopefully I was not judgmental, and hopefully I was able to express my point for this situation, and hopefully you was able to understand a little bit more how patterns are in real life influencing us. So thank you for watching, and see you by the next video. Bye bye.